God has returned to gain a new avatar, and it's none other than Flashy Flash. But that's not the only insane reveal, as chapter 201 confirmed how God manipulates his victims using their deepest fears. Which means Saitama can become an avatar? I mean, we all know his biggest fear would be missing out on the bargain sale, right? Or, you know, the fact that he literally has depression, is lonely, and can never experience a true challenge.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
After God discovered Saitama's secret whilst using Garrow, he has slowly been creating a master plan to be unleashed, which Blast has been fighting against for the last 20 years. However, Saitama has joined the cause to save the entire world in chapter 196, which will finally give him the rank he deserves of the greatest hero ever.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
Now, after Flashy Flash and Sonic dealt with the remnants of the ninja village sent by that man, they decided to hit them with a good old lore dump. This caught them up to speed in the last 200 chapters regarding the man that they served as leader, who was an evil pawn of God, and that the ninja village was nothing more than a spawning ground for his minions. Hence why they took young boys in and took away their humanity. We learned in chapter 197 that those with dead emotions were considered the top performers. However, we've learned from Saitama that a strong will is vital for acquiring true strength. This is what Saitama embodies, the indomitable human spirit. Flashy Flash revealed how the cube at the village was being used to test people's suitability as minions of God. This is why they were conditioned into dedicating their entire life to being ninjas, banned from the outside world so that they'd be whittled down to being just brainless robots devoid of any human spirit. We first learned this from Blast in chapter 139. This is because the cube acts as a transmitter to communicate with God. Those that touch it are able to hear God's voice, and that's exactly what happened to Flash, Manako, and Saitama underground. God stated, "Allow me to see if you are deserving vessels to bestow my power upon. Place your hand on the box and make a wish." He then uses this wish to manipulate those who come into contact with it by tricking them into accepting his power. It goes a little something like this. You want power. You want energy. I know you do. Endless energy with or without caffeine. But I sense you also want waifus. Well, for one more day, you can get all of this with 22% off on Gamersubs when you use code ABD to accept my deal. You just have to click the link in the description. Disclaimer, this is a real offer and not manipulation by God to make you his avatar. After all, we've seen him try and fail to do such a thing with Tatsumaki, as he appeared before her as Blast, acknowledging how strong she had become, as that is what her dream was. The same goes for Garrow, as God appeared before him as Bang, reaching out to help his student by offering him the power needed to become absolute evil. Those that are not worthwhile though, such as Homeless Emperor, are stripped of their life, and that is what has happened in the ninja village, as it is just stacked full of bodies, bodies, bodies. Saitama heard God's voice in chapter 168, but in typical fashion didn't know what was even happening, despite literally being the ultimate enemy of God as the fist that went against him.